exam concept. In IB ESS SL, today we're looking at energy and biomass in ecosystems. We'll connect trophic levels, food webs, and transfer efficiency. Then we'll use the idea in real exam questions. Energy enters an ecosystem mainly as sunlight. Plants capture this light energy through photosynthesis and store it as chemical energy in biomass. So the first step is sunlight, then producers, and then consumers. The energy flows forward, while the biomass is the stored material in living organisms. Remember, energy flows through an ecosystem while biomass stores chemical energy. A trophic level is a feeding position in a food chain. Producers form the first trophic level because they make their own food. Primary consumers feed on producers, secondary consumers feed on primary consumers, and tertiary consumers are higher again. As we move upward, we move to a higher trophic level. Remember, producers start the chain, and consumers occupy the higher levels. A food chain shows one feeding pathway. For example, grass is eaten by a grasshopper, the grasshopper is eaten by a frog, and the frog is eaten by a bird. A food web combines several food chains in the same ecosystem. This matters because most organisms have more than one food source and more than one predator. The arrows show the direction of energy flow from the food to the consumer. A biomass pyramid compares the total mass of living material at each trophic level. The producer level forms the base, so it is usually the widest part. Primary consumers sit above producers, followed by secondary and tertiary consumers. In a typical ecosystem, higher trophic levels contain less biomass. Remember, start at the wide producer base and read upward through the trophic levels. Only a fraction of energy is transferred to the next trophic level. Some energy is used in respiration and movement. Some leaves the organism as waste, and some material is not eaten. That is why the available energy falls from producers to primary consumers and then to secondary consumers. Transfer efficiency is the energy passed on divided by the energy available multiplied by 100%. Remember, less energy is available at each higher trophic level. Let us work through this real exam question. First, a grassland ecosystem receives energy from sunlight. Part A asks for the trophic level occupied by the grass. Grass is a producer, so it is the first trophic level. Part B asks for transfer efficiency from producers to primary consumers. We divide the energy passed on, 100 kilojoules, by the energy available, 1000 kilojoules, and multiply by 100%. The answer is 10%. Now let us continue with the next parts. Part C asks why less energy is available at each higher trophic level. Energy is used in respiration and movement. Some is lost as waste, and some material is not eaten. Part D asks for one reason the transfer is not 100% efficient. A valid example is heat loss during respiration. This second question shows one feeding pathway in a grassland ecosystem. Part A asks for the direction of energy flow. Energy flows from the food to the consumer, so the direction is grass to grasshopper to bird. Part B asks for two ways energy is lost. Examples include respiration, movement, waste, and uneaten material. Part C asks why a food web is more realistic than one food chain. A food web shows several food sources and predators, so it better represents a real ecosystem. Before the final check, use these scoring tips for IB ESS energy and biomass questions. 1. State the trophic level and the direction of energy flow. 2. Show the transfer efficiency formula and you're working. 3. Explain energy losses using respiration, movement, waste, or uneaten material. 4. Link each point to the data or the food chain. Final check. Answer the command word, use the data, explain the cause, and include the key terms. Keep practicing with real exam questions on EduNinja. Study topic by topic, follow step-by-step solutions, build smart papers, and use revision notes when you need a quick recap.